Good evening, everyone, and welcome into the Danville Dashers broadcast network. After some technical difficulties last weekend, that ended up being a good luck charm for Battle Creek. They ended up winning their first game directly because of that. I can't argue that that was not the reason. We're back, and we're back with a whole nother weekend in the aforementioned Battle Creek Rumblebees in-house tonight against the Danville Dashers. Friday night FPHL hockey action here at the David S. Palmer Arena. Nate Williamson here with you, Mr. Dennis Michelson to my left. It's going to be a good night tonight.
It is going to be a good night, and it's really going to be an interesting night because since the last time that we saw the Rumblebees here in Danville, they have about 10 different players on their roster. So it's been a big spring cleaning here early during the winter, and they've really jazzed up this roster, got rid of the coach, and we're seeing their general manager now take over coaching duties, and they're playing some tough games. And of course, got that first win here, or not here, but got the first win the last time we were supposed to be on the air. But just going to be interesting to see how the two teams match up tonight.
Yeah, they almost got a first win here. I think that's worth mentioning. That last team that's changed so much since it was here, they almost took Danville for a little bit of a loop, especially Danville ended up winning by, I think, 2 goals in that last game that I'm thinking about. That feels like forever ago at this point, but it was a close game. I don't think you can say much more about it than that.
They got off to a good start and really stunned this crowd and stunned the Danville Dashers. And of course, that was the night that Coach had gone with Harley White in the net, was not happy with the way his team was responding. Wasn't so much the goaltender, was the entire team, and Harley White took the brunt of the coach's anger at his squad, making the quick hook and quick goalie change, and the team woke up.
Yeah, when you get that kind of a reality shock, I think that can come in and make a huge impact, to say the least. It really jars your head for some reason, and you know, I got to start picking up my game or he's going to yank my butt off the ice too.
Yeah, and we've seen that with Coach, where a particular line works really, really hard in the previous game, and they end up in the starting lineup. So Coach is rewarding hard work and hard play with that coveted starting lineup, especially at home.
Well, and we're going to get a look at the starting lineup in just a moment here. It's almost time for the puck drop at the David S. Palmer Arena as we get a look at that Dishman Inflatables tunnel along with that flame that I love so much. Doesn't really warm me up, but I wish it did. I mean, we're coming out here. The players love to come out of that. You know that much.
Crazy day outside here in the Danville area. It's actually warmer outside than it is here in the arena tonight with the ice, but going to be a great hot night of action here of Danville Dashers hockey at the David S. Palmer Arena. And hey, if you're watching at home, it's not too late to head on over if you're in the neighborhood. We'll find room for you.
Yeah, we definitely will. I think there's a good amount of people here. It was very slow coming in, but not too bad. Our last game was, I think, underratedly attended. It was a very good game with the New Year's Eve, especially the middle of the work week. And I mean, holiday week, but for us, that was a work week. We were working.
Yeah, we were back at work that day, that's for sure.
If you can call what we do during the day too much work.
Yeah, we really have the best job in the business there over at the radio station. Interesting to see the light-colored uniforms for the Dashers, not the black tonight. A little different look for the home team.
I am very, very happy about that because Battle Creek came in wearing some very interesting yellow and black. I like them. At first glance, didn't think I liked them that much. They're growing on me.
The stripes down the back make it a little tough to see the numbers, but they are pretty cool, and they have one of the coolest logos in the league.
It's better than our training jersey episode a few weekends ago. Still not letting that go, Port Huron. Still not letting that go. Well, we got our starting lineup here from the Danville Dashers side, and the Battle Creek Rumblebees already out there on the ice. Starting lineup tonight for Danville: in goal, Jesse Gordachuk at number 31. And then on the left wing is going to be Jesse Nair getting a start tonight. Number 19, Fred Hine, obviously out there on the right wing wearing the assistant's badge. Mitch Atkins at center, Palmerville at left D, and Ben Bukal at right D. We'll get the Battle Creek lineup right after the national anthem.
Mr. Kurt Kaiser. Oh, say can
stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rent the air, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Danville Dashers hockey live from the David S. Palmer Arena, downtown Danville. Friday night FPHL action against the Battle Creek Rumblebees. Kurt Kaiser there with your national anthem, as great as always. And I'm not just saying that because his family's sitting right in front of us, although, Kurt, if you're listening, that might be a factor. No, I'm just kidding. Kurt always does a great job. Known Kurt for quite some time. What a great guy, what a great family. What a great family this entire Dashers organization is. And Battle Creek, with their first win, really starting to show what kind of family they're becoming as well. Starting to develop, starting to get some guys in that they like. A new head coach I had the chance to meet earlier today. Very, very friendly. Really looking forward to seeing how this team starts to come together, especially heading into next year.
Yeah, I think they're going to see things a whole lot different next year than what you saw this year, and it's going to be real fun. You know, if I ever don't get goosebumps from a Kurt Kaiser national anthem, I'll know that it's time for me to head over to the doctor for an appointment. I just love the way he does the anthem.
Yeah, couldn't agree more, and thanks to everybody for tuning in here. We're going to have the puck drop in just a moment. That ceremonial puck drop tonight was from Athletico Fitness, one of our great sponsors here at the Danville Dashers. The youth player spotlight was DJ Hayes from the local junior Dashers. And the first period is underway as the puck drop is won by Battle Creek, played around there by number 81. That's Thomas, Mike Thomas back there. Trying to touch it up is Danville, trying to keep it in that offensive zone right in front of the Battle Creek bench. Battle Creek ends up with it. On it now, number 19, Nathan Pelligra. Playing through nicely here on the left wing. A shot goes left of the goal of Jesse Gordichuk. Coming back around here, it's trying to be picked off there. Number 91, Jesse Nayer, trying to get a stick on it. Right in front of goal, a great opportunity there for Battle Creek in the early goings. Danville going to look to get this one out of the zone and run with it.
Getting a little sloppy on the defense, getting the puck out early for the Dashers, but here they come.
Coming out with it, Atkins, a beautiful shot there, almost on net there. Just a little bit to the left, probably would have had a goal, as that was a nice move to get past the right defenseman there, Bush Anderson.
Had the goaltender just sleeping on that shot as he kind of stick-handled him to sleep, but missed the net.
Just by ever so slightly. That one picked off by Danville. A nice interception on the stick deke. Played back by Battle Creek, though. They're going to be able to control this one on the other end of it. That was Ryan Alves. Frozen up there by Gordichuk on the other end. Sporting that nice white face mask. Nice look with that jersey, honestly. Looks pretty good over there on the right-hand side of your radio dial. As we're going to have our second face-off of the night here and get a couple of fresh skates on the ice. Mortley out there as well as number 4, Connor McNary out there. In the face-off, it's going to be Champlain going up against Jesse Nayer. Nigel Slade actually on the face-off there. It's won by Battle Creek either way. Trying to make a push for this one was Nick Gullo. It's played down into the Danville zone by Battle Creek instead. On the other end of it, Bormanis plays it out to Slade. Slade trying to get a hold of it, does. Gets it out to, on the other end there to Ensor, back to Slade. Slade carries in, tripped up hard into the boards. Nothing on that one. Just a little bit of a foot tangle as Danville retains possession. Coming back the other way with it, Quintos. Out to the point, a shot from the point, redirected onto the goal. lost from the referee's point of view. It was out and in play, but lost, and it looks like we're going to have a penalty as well.
Going to be a penalty on the play, and I think it should be a Battle Creek player going to the sin bin.
Connor McNary making his way over to the box, and we're going to have our first Jenna Worth power play of the evening here in Danville.
Number 1 line out there for the Dashers. We'll see Ben Bukal on the point.
Looks like Atkins in the face-off circle there. It's won by Battle Creek. With 18:06 left to go, we've got a power play for Danville as Ben Bukal collects this one, skates behind the net and lets Quintos and Atkins and Browsen get set out there. Nair out there as Fred Hines coming out.
It looks like Browsen's going to be the other guy on the point here, going with 1 defenseman to get a little extra oomph out of this power play.
Straight on the attack, straight away, and this one is not going to be good for the attack. It's turned over there to Maxime Noskov.
Good job by Battle Creek. And now they give it up a little too quick.
Pelligra with an errant pass there, and Danville looking to come the other way. Browsen would have had a little bit of an opportunity there. Instead, it's back to the Battle Creek defense with a stretch pass that's going to go all the way out. Dangerous here on the wraparound. Elects to pass it back. On the other end of that one was number 67, Jacob Wolf.
Could have killed more penalty if they played a little 2-man game there.
Looked like it. They're doing a good job, though, right now. On it, Nair. Nair behind to Palmerville.
Change of lines for Danville. Try to change their luck here on the power play.
Levi Armstrong getting some early minutes under his skates here. Out now on the other side of it, that's Nigel Slade. He was coming back just a little bit too much. Actually, Sam Turner there on the offside.
Also had Tyler Quintos breaking in on the left-hand side of the play, so actually 2 Danville Dashers offside on that one. Just held up a little bit at the blue line and just kind of delayed.
Armstrong on this one, looking for a pass. Elects to dump it around the boards. Finds Quintos. Back to Armstrong. Back to Quintos. Actually, that's Tesserero out there now. Armstrong in front of goal. Back out to Quintos. A shot between the legs there of number 6, Sebastian Crystal, as it's blocked up nicely by Crystal. Turner on the point now. Over to Palmerville. Back to Quintos. An open shot there. A beautiful pass that split the defense off the stick of Palmerville. And this one recollected by Danville. 16 seconds left to go on the power play. 16:23 left to go in the first. That one kind of passed on to goal there by Tesserero. Why not take a chance at it? Almost able to keep it in. Instead, Battle Creek going to run with it. 3 seconds left on the power play. Oh, it comes back to Danville, though.
There. Just
Quintos
missed.
tries to do a little bit there. Instead, Battle Creek coming the other way with it. Jason Stone on it. Gordichuk a little bit out of his net there as this one's collected by Danville and brought the other way.
That was dangerous with the player fresh out of the penalty box and not accounted for by the defense.
Atkins held up there as we're coming through a bit of back and forth stretching of play here.
Ooh.
Dumped all the way down. Icing is waved off. Gordichuk able to play it. Plays it backwards. Kind of a dangerous pass there. I don't think Brad Denny was privy to the idea. On the other end of it, it was dumped off by John Champlain. It's going to come all the way back around here. Battle Creek doing some nice working on the offensive side. Oh, a pass across the slot. It's trying to be hammered home there. Trying to get on the other end of that was Shea Carey. FPHL vet. You've seen him in a few different places so far. Recently joined Battle Creek. Danville going to pick this up one. They've got a shift change for Battle Creek, and Hine has it. Elects to dump it around. It's tried to be fielded there by Trevor Bain. Instead, it comes back around to Tesserero. Tesserero to Nair. It's trapped along the boards there. Ending up with it as Nathan Pelligra. This one might come back for an icing, but it looked like it was going to be beat, actually. But it's called nonetheless there. On the other end of that, making the hustle play, number 61, Ryan Alves.
Yeah, he got positioned down there to delay the call, but the Danville player was going to beat him to the puck, so they quickly whistled it off.
Not in any type of hurry, it didn't look like the Danville defense was to get to that one. Looked like Jesse Gordichuk might have to come out and play it until it hit the back of the net.
Yeah, I think they kind of assumed that there was going to be an icing, gave up on the play. You cannot assume anything.
Can't assume anything, that's for sure. You said it right there. Stick move by number 19, Pelligra is broken up as Danville's going to look to come the other way with it.
Another sloppy pass, though.
Murray on the other end with Ensor. This is probably the most consistent defensive pairing on the season for Danville so far. Ensor and Murray. Fielded behind there by Bain.
Big switch up for Danville. Fresh legs, all 5 changing.
Good timing as well. We know how dangerous that can be in certain circumstances. Levi Armstrong ends up with it. Back to Bukal. Bukal to Gullo. Gullo knocked to the ground there. Not too difficult to do, but he's right back up and rearing to go. And coming the other way with it now is Quintos. He's tripped up a little bit.
There'll be a penalty. There'll be a penalty.
Delayed call here is Danville trying to do anything with it that they can. It's Nick Gullo on it. Oh, they eventually get it out. What a hustle play, Nick Gullo. Now Bukal.
Extra skater with Hine on this delayed penalty.
Back to the point. Palmerville with the shot, trying to be redirected in. Bain trying to get a hold of it.
Ooh,
referee lost the sight of it.
Quick whistle. The Battle Creek player just barely got a blade on the stick on it, and that's all it took. But that'll be another penalty and another power play chance for the Danville Dashers. One of the best teams in the league of drawing penalties this year, Nate, but lately, the last 6 games, their conversion of power plays has been awful. Right in front of the net.
Fred Hine back around with it here. Out to Atkins, to Browsen, to Hine, to Browsen. Browsen with a hard slap shot. That's up into the net. Going to be redirected on the other end of it. We're going to have a face-off.
Looks like the Dashers got just a stick on that one, with Jesse Naher getting a little redirect, but sending it high, out of play.
Coming back around here, Browsen going to try another one. Almost redirected in there by Nair, who's in front of net. Hine on it now, goes the other way with it. Controlled with 1:27 left to go in the penalty.
Sharp angle shot, good stop, but gave up the rebound. Dashers could not get that rebound.
It was well exfilled by Battle Creek. This one brought in by Atkins with a nice stick move. He's got Nair, elects to go to Hine. Hine with a shot, rebound is dealt with nicely by Battle Creek as it's thrown out into the defensive zone for Danville. Gordachuk behind the net, going to try and play with this one. Dangerous there, as on the looming side of it was Wolf. Now coming the other way with it, Palmerville across the slot to Tesorero. Tesorero looking for his options. Quintos back to Turner. Turner stalls, fires a shot, swallowed up nicely by Babbitt.
Great job by Sam Turner to just delay that shot a little bit and let sort of the seas part on his way to the net. The Battle Creek defense playing the pass, and he had a good shot on goal, but nice stop.
Gordachuk with this one behind the net now. Palmerville on it.
All of a sudden down to 35 seconds left in this power play.
And 12 left to go in the first period. On the other end of it, Quintos here. Quintos carrying it through. Nice stick check there by Mark Steele. Gets it out of the zone. Oh, that one hooked up there. Number 19, Nathan Pelligra, was hooked up by Sam Turner. No call on that one, though. His stick was actually lodged in his armpit. A big hit laid there by Pelligra. And nonetheless, Danville going to run away with this one. Here's Quintos coming down the line. It's a 3-on-2 if they work fast. Shot from Tesorero, nicely snagged out of the air there by Babbitt.
Another nice play by number 10, Tyler Quintos. Making a great stick handling move on the defense. Kind of waiting and then finding the open man on the right side. But again, Danville, great play, but just couldn't finish.
And this one's out to the point as the penalty expires there. Nicely killed off by Battle Creek. Point, open goal on the side, nicely dealt with. Babin is struggling to get a little bit of a oomph on it was Murray.
The Battle Creek player coming out of the box was kind of waiting for a pass and was a little slow getting into his defensive end.
Battle Creek threatening the other way now. This one dealt with nicely. Danville coming up the left side. Can't stay out of their own way, though. Nicely picked up as Fred Hine makes up for the error. but then makes one of his own and turns it over. It's Battle Creek coming the other way with it now. Had their fair share of the possession here, just can't seem to get anything into that offensive zone and really work it around too much.
Yeah, Fred had Nay here, but just couldn't quite reach him with that long pass.
Troy Murray does nicely to get that one out of the middle zone and is dumped in for Danville. Nair fighting forward along the side here with Quintos.
Some good creative play by the Dashers to get the opportunities.
Across the slot, Brad Denny struggles to pick that one up just a little bit. On the other end of it's McNary. McNary fighting for it there with Mitch Atkins.
Big battle behind the net. Atkins took a big shot.
Jason Stone with some nice stick work to get a hold of the puck there. As he's going to end up with it here as well to the foot of McNary. Instead, it comes all the way out here to Brad Denny. Justin Browsen still sliding in at defense here for the Dashers as this one's brought the other way. As Battle Creek comes the other way with it, have a 2-on-1 if they move fast. Hoggood does just enough to stick that one out, and Danville comes the other way. Oh, a nicely intercepted pass there. Jason Stone making his presence felt very early on.
Well, Quintos had found himself some open ice on the left side of the net, but boy, just couldn't quite get the puck to him.
Danville's Brad Denny collects it now on the back end.
Danville's done a good job of keeping most of the play in their offensive end, but have yet to cash in here.
9:15 left to go in the first period as Bukal fires that one out to Nick Gullo. Gullo puts it ahead to Armstrong. Armstrong going to try and make something out of it here. Carries in, has space. Oh, a backhanded wrister off the face there of Babin. He had that slide covered well.
Nice play by Levi.
And that's not something you see from him a whole lot. Granted, doesn't really see the ice that much these days. He is the big physical presence that they need, but man, he can score when given the chance, let me tell you. Young man from Champaign, Illinois.
His game keeps improving every year, though.
Yeah, it definitely does. Oh, to the foot of Tesserero. Tesserero tries to fire a pass there. Babin had the slot covered there. Danville going to end up with it. Tesserero out here. That one comes out to Turner. Oh, Turner's pass is picked off there almost by number 9, Marco Luciani, the former Dasher. Instead, it's going to be turned over in the neutral ice as we just have string after string of turnovers. That one off the skate of Adam Howie is going to be picked up and slapped down the ice by Palmerville. This is going to be an icing. Actually, it was waved off by the far side referee.
Rather surprised the...
open in front of net. Oh, a heads-up play there might reward Danville. Fred Hine on it now. Hine can't beat the one-on-one. Babin does nicely to seal up the shot with his left blocker.
Looked like Fred was trying to elevate that one, but couldn't get any height on it.
Yeah, couldn't quite get that one off the ice and found himself in a nice chance of fortune. And Battle Creek, the same deal. 3-on-1. Fires wide left of the goal there. Now coming the other way, and we're wide open hockey here. Jesse Nair on it. Nair's is wide right of Babin's net.
Missed.
Open in front of the net again. A shot. It's wide. Nair on it now.
In warm-ups today, every time they were trying to elevate the puck, they were missing the net high. They continued to do that in the game.
Danville fighting for this puck here in their offensive zone. Nicely played there by Jason Stone to get it out. He's going to throw it ahead to Stavros Solis. Instead, it's going to be picked off there by Danville. Coming the other way, Nick Gullo. Turnover after turnover here for both sides. Eventually, we're going to find some relief here. Seth Ensor picks it up, fires it to Gullo. Gullo up the other side there to Atkins. Atkins with a nice stick move. It goes wide right of the net of Babin. Coming the other way with it, Battle Creek. We are back-to-back. Nathan Pelligra on it now, as that was a delayed offside, so we had to wait. Coming the other way with it, Brad Denny. Denny on it now. Goes past a man. Can he beat two? No. Pushed into the boards hard there by Ryan Alves. Oh, a shot fired in. It falls in front of Babin, who did nicely to stand up and deal with that one. Gets down just as fast to cover it up. I'm going to assume Brad Denny was just congratulating him there on the save.
Brad Denny deep in that offensive zone, just trying to get something going here for the Danville Dashers. And I was very pleased again, Nate, how the defense was rotating out because Tyler Quintos, with Denny so deep, went out and covered that point to make sure that Battle Creek could not get an odd man break.
And you know, normally I would look at that and say, well, I lost my train of thought. Well, that's not what I would normally say, but that's okay. Normally I would say that sarcastically. That's what I was going with about Brad Denny congratulating Babbitt on the save, but Denny, one of the nicer people that I know, so I mean, it's entirely possible. I wouldn't even doubt it. But we're going to get our first media timeout, and it didn't come until 6:33 left to go in the first. Quite the long-standing first period. It's gone very quickly here.
I think we need to get a better union next year, making us wait all the way to 6:33 for the media break, I'm telling you.
Not a fan of that. I don't know what's going on here. We're getting swindled.
Great active game, though, with back and forth action. Started out a little bit sluggish with both teams looking like they were just kind of feeling each other out, but boy, the last 2-3 minutes has been just end-to-end action. Just nobody's been able to cash in yet. Dashers have had a lot of chances, but boy, they're just missing the net high, and then when they can't elevate, it's been great stops by Battle Creek.
Yeah, no doubt. Babin already having his name said quite a bit here tonight. Guys like Jason Stone doing a good job on the defensive end of things. Well, it's worth mentioning that tomorrow night is Ladies' Night and also Diane's birthday. Our general manager, Diane Short, part of the festivities here. It's no doubt going to be a fun time. It's also kind of an 80s style night. It's just a lot of things at night. It's Serve Pro poster night. First 1,000 fans here get a Dashers poster. It's going to be a lot of fun. I encourage you to come out for another good game. If this is any indication in the first period, it's going to be one. Point shot there from Hawgood goes to the left of Babin. It's banked off the boards there by Battle Creek and comes back to Hawgood. Over to Quintos, who gives to Gullo. He's got Slade there in assist, being hounded by Connor McNary. Hawgood fires this one on, tipped up by Slade. That was almost redirected off the bottom of the stick. Would have been a heck of a play if it came off. Out in front of net here, a little bit of time. It's Quintos back across the slot. Now
Good
Battle
idea.
Creek on it. A nice stop there by number 16, Jake Mortley, and he ends up with it. He might get a shot out of this one. It's blocked up by the leg of Brad Denny. A nice play there by Mortley nonetheless.
Great hustle by Quintos to cancel out what could have been an odd man break again.
Mortley on it again here. A pass off the leg of Browsen. Browsen going to carry this one into the offensive zone. Tries a behind the legs backwards pass. I don't even know if that's a real thing, but if it was, he just did it. Come the other way, Palmerville.
Getting very creative out here trying to get something going.
It's only good creative if it works, and right now, just a turnover like any other. Palmerville out there. Over to Tesserero. A little hard off the stick. Is Battle Creek able to pick this one up and run with it? It's Solis. Solis carries it on, tries to get past Palmerville, who holds him up just a little bit. Danville able to recover through Bukal. Bukal out to Tesserero. He's got Turner and Bukal with him. Bukal, nicely done to corral that one. Gets the rebound as Babin with another nice save there. Gets up to stop that one. Nair on this one now. Tries to throw it up to Tesserero. We'll see who gets to it first. Battle Creek does, but it's turned over to Nair. Now coming the other way with it. Another turnover to Battle Creek. Maxime Noskov comes the other way with it. With a speedy move. He does lose the puck, though. He's derobed there by Seth Ensor. Ensor tries to put one in front of net. Atkins just unable to get to it.
So close.
This one going to be shot back down there as Troy Murray has it. Murray in a foot race there with Ryan Alves, former Dasher. Murray on it now, coast to coast with Murray.
He got it.
Goal!
Snuck it through the 5-hole and into the net.
What a play, Troy Murray, and that's our first goal of the night. I think you could tell I was not expecting that one. It looked like Babin had it covered up nicely. Instead, it's a Dasher goal in the first one of the night with 4:13 left to go here in the first period.
That was probably the weakest shot that we've seen all night, yet it found its way. It had kind of eyes to find its way between the 5-hole and into the net. And the Dashers up 1-0.
Pucks have a way of finding the weirdest way to get back into the net. Let me tell you. Brad Denny on it now. We'll see what that goal does here. Battle Creek doing a nice job defensively. That one almost unlucky, you could argue, to find the back of the net, but a nice play there by Murray to make it happen.
Well, good things happen when you get aggressive. And
Oh,
here they come
another
again.
one. 2 rebounds with a nice leg save there on the right side by Babin. That was an athletic save if I've seen one.
Quintos has been very, very good at getting some opportunities, but they just have not been able to cash in on his efforts yet.
Now Danville up 1-0. Battle Creek on it now. Wolf on it. Wolf has some space. Goal!
Wow.
As Wolf pulls back, another goal here. Jacob Wolf for Battle Creek, as that is a tie game in just as few as seconds as there are goals on the board.
Jesse Gordachuk giving up the rebound that time, and defense not able to make the play, and before you know it, it's in the back of the net, and we're tied.
Defense not quite there. I think that might have been the 3rd rebound, actually, that Wolf able to get on, as I just gave Battle Creek an extra goal, but we're not going to mention that. We'll go back down to 1. Got to keep the score right. But if this is any indication, there's more on the way, because they're on the break again. Gordachuk swallows up a shot there from Stavros Solis.
Dangerous, dangerous play, turning the puck over again at center ice. Battle Creek pouncing on the opportunity, but this time Jesse Gordachuk coming up big with the save and not giving up the rebound.
That goal could be a huge motivator here for Battle Creek to really take something out when they finish up this period with 3:15 left to go here in the first.
Been a weird first period here at the David S. Palmer Arena.
It has been that. Browsing over to Palmerville, a long stretch pass off the cleat of a Battle Creek player. Tesserero on it now. Stopped up by Babin, but only barely, as that redirect is fired in there again by Danville. Now coming the other way with it. As taken to the ground, we're going to have a delayed penalty here on Battle Creek. It's still being played by Danville. Justin Browsen, I think, drew that one, did nicely to keep a hold of it. As does nicely there to try and redirect a shot. Babin on the save again. As yanked down to the ice was Justin Browsen. We'll see who this one gets on. We'll see who's headed over there to the box. Currently, it's no one. But there's definitely going to be someone.
Yeah, that Tesserero had a great opportunity, and the Battle Creek netminder just barely got about one lace of the glove on that one, and we're still
It's going to be Soulless. He is, or Soilless, excuse me. He is making his way over there now, as we're going to have a Jenna Worth power play, the 3rd one of the game for Danville.
I think I should give him an additional 2 minutes for being late to the box.
I think it's more funny than it should be penalized. I enjoy it. Bacall on it now over to Browsen. Browsen back out on the ice after drawing the penalty here. He's playing in the defensive point off the Bacall, the Fred Hine connection. There is Danville able to get this one as it's stopped up nicely by Babin. Bacall on it now, as he almost loses it there to number 19, Nathan Pellegrin.
Fred Hine found himself an open piece of ice, but they just could not get the puck over to him. Ooh, good attack by the Battle Creek forward here.
That's the goal scorer, Jacob Wolf, that's playing pressure there on Alex Palmerville.
Annoying the daylights out of the Dashers here.
And that's got to be exactly what you want to see here if you're Battle Creek on the power play for Danville. You want to bug them, throw them off their skates a little bit. 1:06 left to go here in the penalty, by the way. Out to the point, Palmerville a shot. Nicely saved there by Babin, who slides over to cover that left post on the rebound.
Just got enough on that one to redirect it to the corner.
Nair to Atkins. Back to Nair here off the rebound.
Dashers pouring it on. Battle Creek defense tired.
Turner back to Nair. Atkins with some space. Nicely swallowed up there. Babin, what a great save that was. Slid over off the right skate, swallowed it up in the chest. That's exactly what you want to see from your number 1 goalie here.
Man, a big, big stop by the Battle Creek netminder again.
As this one tied up in the center circle, comes back to Turner. Almost won there by Battle Creek. Instead, numbers win out, and it comes out to Quintos. To Tesserero, to Quintos, to Turner, to Palmerville. Back to the middle here. And that one is fought for and out of play with 1:01 left to go on the first period and 18 left on the penalty. 18 seconds, not minutes. That would be wild. I wouldn't discount it though in this league. In the center circle here, I do believe that's Nigel Slade in there for Danville, as well as John Champlain. This one won by Battle Creek, and Danville recollects. Battle Creek taking advantage here of a passing error, as this penalty is going to run out before Danville gets another chance. Recollecting behind the net here with 42 seconds left to go is Palmerville.
Back to even strength again. Another power play opportunity wasted.
One's wild with 30 seconds or so left to go here in the first period. Played through, turned over, redirected there as Quintos almost made something out of nothing on that errant pass. Instead, Battle Creek going to be able to run with it. A nice stretch pass there to Luciani. A shot off the glove of Gordichuk as he slides back in, and that one just fired up into the netting there off the stick of Ryan Alves.
Net had also come off its moorings, so that we're going to have a stoppage of play either way on that play.
Actually, Adam Howie on that shot. Those stripes do really throw you off. You're not lying.
They're a little tough on the back. That would be my only suggestion. I like the stripes everywhere else.
Not bad for an inaugural jersey.
I love their logo, too.
Yeah, true that. That one off the head there of Jesse Nair, as him and Nick Gullo were fighting for this one. 4 seconds left on the clock, as this clock is going to run out before anyone can do anything with it. And we're going to see one's wild on the scoreboard here at the end of the first. 1-1.
Once again, Danville Dashers doing a good job of dominating the play in their offensive zone, but the score tied. So, and as a matter of fact, the only goal that Danville got was just on one of those real effort plays by Troy Murray. When they had the opportunities and had the shots, they're missing the net again. Need to get that marksmanship a little fine-tuned here for the second period.
Plenty of shots, but what a display from Babin so far tonight. And Battle Creek, their defense has been swallowing up these rebounds. And I mean, that solid goaltending as well as some help from your defenders is key. If you want to stay competitive in any league, especially this league, those rebounds make a big difference. And we saw that with the goal that Jesse Gordichuk allowed earlier tonight.
Hard to believe that's a one-win team. This is a whole new Battle Creek team, and they're showing a lot of heart and a lot of hard work out there, especially on the defensive end, to keep this one tied.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Well, we're going to head to the second period here. I would say 1-1. Both sides going to feel pretty happy about that, considering the amount of end-to-end action we've had so far tonight, because, man, it's been back and forth to say the least.
Good job by both netminders. There were opportunities, but they came up strong in the net. Only that sort of seeing eye shot by Troy Murray, and then the shot off the rebound for Battle Creek. That's the only goals that we had in that first period. 5-2
the score. Danbury against Delaware right now. 3-2 Elmira over Watertown, if you're paying attention to the other games. 1-0 Carolina over Menor. That game barely having started quite a while ago. I keep forgetting different time zone here. Columbus 2-0 over Port Huron at the moment, and obviously right here tied between Danville and Battle Creek. Looking like it's going to be a good weekend of hockey here. You'll never guess the shot total though. 21 shots Danville has on goal to 4 from Battle Creek, and the score is 1-1. How good
that is just
has
crazy.
Babin been tonight? Trevor Babin doing a great job so far this evening.
I think they might have given us credit for a couple of shots that were high of the net, but that really does reflect the offensive advantage that Danville had. Again, time of possession in the offensive end was about 2-1 in favor of the Dashers at least, but still tied at 1 apiece.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, we're going to go ahead and take a break here. I think we'll be back to talk about some of the other scores from around the league, as well as preview the second period and third period of FPHL action here on Friday night at the David S. Palmer Arena. Looking like it's shaping up to be a good night here so far between Danville and Battle Creek. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the second period of action Both goals scored pretty recently. You're going to want to stick around for this one. We'll be back in just a few minutes. let's test those radio levels here, make sure we're back on track. I played with the dials a little bit, kind of like a 2-year-old playing with a Christmas gift, so we're going to make sure those are all good here, and we're back for the second period of Danville Dashers hockey here at the David S. Palmer Arena. Mr. Dennis Michelson, we're stuck at a 1-1 score here in the first period coming to an end, and I didn't think we'd be here. I thought there'd be more goals on the board, at least regardless of the score. These two teams doing great on defense. Offense, not very lucky so far, to say the least.
No, and when they've had good chances, you know, the goaltenders have done a good job for both teams to kind of keep this at one apiece. Second period's going to be real interesting. We saw both teams struggling with the shift changes, especially Battle Creek giving up a couple opportunities. That second period, you got a long way to go to your defensive end.
Battle Creek controlling this one here in their defensive zone. Going to have an odd man advantage if they move quickly.
Nice poke.
Dealt with nicely there by Danville as this one comes all the way back around. Starting it with a fresh penalty box. Nobody in there. We've seen quite a few penalties already tonight. Little errant play there, but it ends up with Danville somehow off the boards. This one actually going to be frozen up, I think, for an offside. We'll get an official ruling on that one. It might have been too many men from what it looked like was being signaled.
Yep, we're going to be back on the power play from the looks of it.
Yeah, it does. It looks like Mortley's going to go to serve this one. You saw the hand shift there for too many men on the ice at once, and we're going to have our fourth power play of the night, the Jenna Worth power play, really getting their sponsor worth here as Danville going to go on the attack again and look to try and break this deficit here with 19-12 left to go in the second period.
Another bad shift change by Battle Creek, and this time cost him 2 in the box.
And speaking of costing there, Buchal's pass comes off the leg there of Battle Creek's left wing, and coming the other way with it, Buchal able to recover in the long run, passes across the slot to Atkins. Atkins had a nice pass there across the slot, nobody home to receive it. Stick tied up nicely there by Champlain.
Good opportunity by Atkins again. He's been making a lot of good plays, creating a lot of opportunities tonight.
On puck again here, doing on the left wing. Skates out the options here, and he's going to elect to go back here to Buchal. Browsen out there on the other point. Passes it over to Hine. Back to Browsen. Browsen going to sling one in. It doesn't get as far as the goal there before it's stopped by Connor McNary. Atkins on the back end here. Over to Hine, who kind of flubs on a shot there. Just couldn't get the solid contact that he wanted, but Danville able to recover. Browsen, a nice job to keep it in. A pass over to Hine. Back to Atkins, who finds Browsen again. Browsen with a nice move, and it's sniped up there by Babin. Browsen able to recover. Danville looking really threatening here. Shots on and nice puck retention.
I like Browsen on the point in the power play. Gives him a real good, strong attacker out there with a good shot from the point.
Back on it here as he's going to fire one off the leg there of Champlain. Battle Creek elects to throw this one down the ice. 35 seconds left to go here in the power play for Danville. 17:44 left to go in the second period.
His 2 attempts at shots, one found the back of the leg, one found a buttock.
Yeah, no real shots getting in there on Babin. Not really anyway, and we know he can stop him, but the defense doing a nice job at cutting off those routes despite the disadvantage of the one man. Danville looking to make one more play at it here. That one's touched up. It won't go for icing. Dangerously, goal! Wow! AJ Tesserero, talk about being in the right place at the right time.
Lucky bounce, and that one just coming right out in front. And boy, that was again, all the efforts that they've had, all the pretty plays that they've had that have not cashed in. And here's again another lucky bounce of the puck that ends up in the back of the net. And now the Dashers up 2-1.
And that was a freak play if I've ever seen one, coming off of the power play there, as Tesserero quite likely in the right place at the right time. That one came off the boards. Babin thought it went all the way around, unable to track it, but Battle Creek winning the face-off here, and it's going to be important to get on the right foot after that one. Babin kind of letting that one go. You really got to pick him up. He's done well for you tonight. You got to keep attacking that Dasher net if you're Battle Creek.
Yeah, so far, Danville's had all the offense here in the second period again.
Some nice passing from Danville so far early on. Battle Creek going to look to see if they can make some of their own here. That was Soilus passing it back there. Doesn't get as far as Adam Howie before it's packed up. He grabs it again. It comes back behind the Dasher net. A nice play there by number 65. Troy Murray is going to allow Danville to go with this one. Nick Gullo on the end of it. It's dealt with nicely there by Battle Creek. Now come the other way with it. Howie on the right side. An open net. A save by Gordachuk there. That one shot actually over the net, which is off its moorings. Gordachuk kicked it off, coming back across the net. What a play there by Battle Creek. Probably feel they should have been rewarded with a goal there.
Wow, had him down and out. He had the net wide open and came up empty.
And Gordachuk doing just enough to kind of pad that one out, get a little bit on it to direct it up over the net there. Talk about tight spaces there. Battle Creek almost draws this one even.
Wow, big dangerous play by Battle Creek. Good attack. And now a little discussion by the refs out here at center ice. I'm wondering if they're considering now I see the problem now.
Yeah.
Behind the Dashers net. That explains the bad bounce that the puck took earlier.
It sure does. It came off a little bit earlier than where that is, but out here with a screwdriver, a quick duct tape and fix, right? Duct tape and WD-40, it really does wonders.
I was a little concerned whether the referees might be considering a delay of game penalty on Gordachuk for knocking the net off, saying that he did it on purpose.
Well, he has knocked it off a few times already tonight, and sometimes that's just the nature of the game, but sometimes you can be looking for that extra second as he does nicely to cover up down to his right stick side there and freeze the puck for a face-off.
Dangerous situation with that puck behind the net. He did a good job of covering his near post.
Jason Stone wins this one for Battle Creek, but it only gets as far as Hawgood as Atkins picks it up here on the left side. Browsen going to have a chance to run with Fred Hine to his right. Browsen over to Hine, a nice stick there. Probably not a great pass there from Michael Thomas.
Little delay on that pass there.
And this one's behind Jesse Gordachuk's net. It's somehow taken out by the Dashers.
They got numbers again.
With it. Atkins across the center. A shot from the right side by Nair. Tucked it home. Mitch Atkins finds the net on the rebound. The secondary rebound, you got to collect those. Atkins does a nice job putting that one together in front of some familiar family faces, I would say, in the crowd tonight.
Yeah, we had a little visit between periods, and it brought Mitch some good luck as he was in the right place at the right time, tucks that one home, and the Dashers now up by 2.
Well, and earlier on we were talking about Danville's inability to capitalize on shots. There's no shortage of that right now for Danville, as just before you know it, just 4 and change into the period, they're up by 2 goals instead of deadlocked at 1-1. It's 3-1 Danville.
Crazy turn of events. Dashers have come out with a lot of energy here in the second period and gotten 2 very nice bounces of the puck as well.
As you hear Atkins getting the goal on that one, we'll see who the assists go to, because that came off of 1 or 2 rebounds there after a period of threatening offensive play from Danville, and they're threatening again, carrying it down the left wing here. Finds up in Babin's glove there. That was a weird redirect off the stick. I do believe coming off of Shea Carey coming back in the center role to play a little defense.
The weird way the game of hockey often works, Nate, is Mitch Atkins was one of the hardest workers out there all game. Has been creating a lot of chances, couldn't cash in, and he gets rewarded by a hustle play, being in the right place at the right time to tuck one home.
Yeah, sports are funny like that, aren't they?
I think the hockey gods like when you're hustling.
I think they definitely do. That one thrown down there. It's not going to be nice and going to come all the way down to Palmerville. Palmerville behind the net here, out to Tesserero. Tesserero to Browsen. Browsen over to Turner down the right wing. Oh, a nice move, has him in. Babin with a nice save off the glove there. Might not have even been a glove, might have been the arm. This one played errantly by Danville, just going to be dumped in here as they get a shift change. Out on the ice, Armstrong, Quinto, Slade, Murray, Ensor.
Gave up the big rebound in front of the net, and the Dashers almost cashed in again.
Armstrong collects on the right wing here. He's going to fire a shot, easily taken care of by Babin.
That was a nice little knuckleball of a shot off the stick of Levi Armstrong.
Came off kind of funny. You wonder if he meant to do that or if it was placing. As we're going to have a face-off here to the left side of Babin. A big hit laid there by Armstrong, as almost comes up with it actually behind the net here and flips it up, trying to retain possession here, using that size to his leverage here along the right side of the screen, along these boards, fought for by a couple of guys there, including Sebastian Crystal. Danville loses out. Eventually Battle Creek on the run now, coming the other way through Crystal. Out to the right wing there. It's past to Maxime Noskov. To the point to Crystal. Oh, almost a nice deflection there. Number 19, Nathan Pellegras was on it. And now Danville going to try and run the other way. This one going to end up being an icing, though. Surely it does. An errant pass there goes all the way behind the net of Babin.
Battle Creek had a real good opportunity there. And after that initial shot on goal, the puck was just kind of sticking down by the skates of a couple of the Battle Creek players. They could not get a stick on it. And finally, the Dashers able to clear. But then on that outlet pass, again, missing the mark and going for the icing.
Tied up there, but nicely dealt with it was Slade as the Danville Dashers retain this one. Slade ends up with it again as that one's thrown down and tipped up, so no icing as it's waved off there by the line judge. Coming back the other way with it as Battle Creek looks to get back on the offensive side of things, as this one's not going to do it. Murray looks to get here first. It's touched up, but regardless, comes back to Seth Ensor. Mitch Atkins has a stick check go the wrong way there as this one's picked up by Battle Creek. A blown skate there by Jason Stone on the right side as this one's played behind the net of Jesse Gordachuk. Battle Creek doing a nice job at being physical here in the offensive zone while somehow holding on to the puck. And Stone recollects this one here as it's fired on wide to the left of Gordachuk. His puck has been bouncing in a way that I haven't sure we've seen all season.
Again, the puck at the Battle Creek players' skates, can't make the play, and here comes Danville.
Fred Hine on the left wing, tries to pass it across the slot there to Atkins, comes off the cleat of Battle Creek's defenseman. Coming back now, a shot on Gordachuk is fired off of the chest of Jesse Gordachuk, and Danville able to get out of this one with no harm.
Struggled to get any body part on that one.
Yeah, it came in at kind of a weird angle. Looked like they might have a tight angle goal if it came off his chest the wrong way. Nonetheless, nicely dealt with there by Gordachuk. Denny over to Turner, over to Browsen. Browsen with a nice move to get past a man, and with 12:25 left to go here, we're going to have a face-off as that one is up into the netting.
Looked like Browsen was going to get a chance to cash in on a real nice play with his stick, keeping the puck away from the Battle Creek defense. But nice stop again.
You know, I've noticed something over the last couple of weeks. When Tesserero takes the face-off, his preferred mode of face-off is the stick tie. As he won that one out nicely for Danville. Hawgood passed it over to Denny, but Denny's shot was swallowed up there by Babbitt.
Denny just trying to put that puck on net, trying to hope for a rebound. Big shot from the point.
And Babin done a nice job, at least in the last couple of minutes, of shoring up that goal after letting in two early ones. One of them definitely a freak goal, and the other quite odd in terms of timing. Nonetheless, goal's a goal, right?
They will take them any way they come.
Hawgood dealing with this one, passes it off the boards nicely to Browsen. Turner's to his right. Browsen elects to try and deke past a man. Going to try and bully his way into that. Instead, it comes into the boards. It's going to be collected there by number 91, Stavros Soilis. Out to the point, a shot from the point, score!
Beautiful one-timer by Hawgood. Finds the net, and we're up 3.
Logan Hawgood with the distraction from Justin Browsen in front of the net. Makes this a 4-1 game here about halfway through the second period. Man, has this offense really come to life in the second period. The shot placement has been great.
That was a laser beam of a shot from the point. A lot of traffic in front of the net. And the netminder for Battle Creek never had a chance, never saw that one coming.
No, certainly didn't, with the big body of Justin Browsen in the way there. Won't show up on the score sheet, but definitely worth the mention there. As 4-1 now, the Danville lead over the Battle Creek Rumblebees. As Ben Bukal passes this one out to Palmerville. This one comes back out to Nigel Slade. Slade goes over to the left wing there. A nice move by Quintos as he's on the move. Quintos back to the slot. Oh, just unable to do anything with it with Slade. But right back on it, Tyler Quintos. Oh, just left of the goal there off the stick of Nigel Slade on the redirect. Gathered up by the Dashers. A shot fired in there. Battle Creek going to deal with this one. Noskov tries to. Quintos on it again. A shot is knocked off by Babin. Oh, a pass across the slot, broken up before it got to Slater. He would have had an open net as well. Now come the other way with it, Maxine Noskov. Noskov gets past one, but the numbers win out there as a pass goes errantly off the boards, but ends up coming back to Alex Palmerville either way. Palmerville took a call. It's broken up there by Ryan Alves.
Well, it's been all Danville here again in the second period.
As they are content to hold this one and get an offense set up here. Instead, they're going to pass it errantly off the boards there. It's going to come as far as the Battle Creek defense. On the other side with it now was Michael Thomas, not the NFL receiver, the hockey player. I've been waiting all night to make that joke, Dennis. I'm not going to lie. Jesse Nair comes around with it.
I don't know. We've never seen the two of them in the same place at the same time.
That's true.
You might have a very, he might have been busy.
That's true.
Last week.
Sebastian Crystal on it now here as he fires this one off the glass. It only gets as far as Mitch Atkins, the goal scorer. Atkins wraps it around, pulls it back. A nice pass out there to Murray. Murray, a shot from the point, dealt with by Babin. Atkins on it again, thrown into the boards, but gets it across to Murray. Murray with a little space, a nice glove save there.
Beautiful shot.
Babin on the knuckling shot. Does a nice job of getting that right glove and covering up the puck.
He was going up top with that shot and had that far upper corner nailed, but a nice stop with the glove coming up big to keep this one at a 4-1 score.
Well, ask and you shall receive, Dennis. We didn't get our first media timeout until about 6 minutes in. How's about 9:49? You're only 11 seconds off of what you could be.
Yeah, talk to the union steward between periods, and you see the referees getting the job done real quick. Man, that's good representation we've got.
Well, we want to remind you about some of our sponsorships going on this evening. If you're here tonight or tomorrow night, you can visit the Hibbett Sports Table on the North Concourse. I've done a lot of shopping there in my days here in Danville. They have been around quite a while here out at the Village Mall. Well, coming up on February 1st, we're going to have Cartoon/Faith and Family Night presented by Robinson Chiropractic. What a fun combination that is.
That will be a fun combination, and Robinson doing a great job now with 3 locations in the area, Hoopston, Danville, and now their new location in Westville. Big supporters of the Danville Dashers.
Now another night that's coming up that I'm really excited about, and this is in no way feigned excitement. You know me and you know country night.
Ooh,
I'm
baby.
going to be all over that on February 7th, so if you want to see me and Dennis in cowboy hats and boots, you might want to come out and see
I
it.
got my bib overalls already.
Oh, that'll be perfect. I have a Case IH hat that I got working at the station. That'll be perfect for you.
Yeah, we're going to have a good time.
We also welcome our good friends, and I mean very good friends. I talk to them every week from the Vermilion County Farm Bureau that evening. Come out to that. That's going to be a lot of fun. This one played into the Danville defensive zone here. Over to Fred Hine across the wall. Hine actually holds it on, fighting for it there is Stavros Soilis. Out a hard shot from the point there, swallowed up by Gordichuk, redirected out. On the other end of that was Ethan Bush Anderson, goal scorer from the last series here between these two sides. Danville coming the other way with it now. A 3-on-2 if they move fast. Not quick enough. A nice pass there. Open net. Just not enough on it there. Mitch Atkins got tripped up a little bit. A nice play there by Babin to keep Danville out of the net again. What a beautiful pass that was. And a great sequence there for Danville. They're going to like what this offense has done so far in this second period.
Boy, that's a great line with Atkins and Fred Hine out there together. That has really been a good line for him.
Pellegrin with a beauty of a move just gets thrown off. Jesse Gordichuk doing everything he can out on all fours to stop this offensive threat. Battle Creek with their first good chance of this period. That one not so much as it's flubbed up there to Gordichuk, who reaches up like an outfielder, grabbing it from behind the wall.
Gordichuk, after making that first stop, he was laying down there like he was riding a luge sled. He was just all sprawled out on the ice and still managed to make a great stop on the next shot, even though he was down and out. Great job by Jesse Gordichuk, keeping this at 4-1.
And if there's one thing I've learned, you can't freeze a puck that's not underneath you. And that was exactly what was trying to be had there, and just eked out there under the back of Jesse Gordichuk. Nonetheless, Danville gets away with it. Still 4-1 here with 8:25 left to go in the second period.
Been very impressed with Jesse Gordichuk all year long. I'd say that's one of the biggest differences in this club this year from last year.
The goalie out of British Columbia, definitely making an impact in his first season here with the team. They'll be hoping to keep him around for a long time. I think that's safe to say. I think he might move up eventually if he keeps this up. Tesserero coming the other way with it now. It's back to Tesserero off the stick of Turner. Tesserero turns on it. Oh, an open pass there in front of net, trying to find Turner was Justin Browsen. Instead, it's played to the defense. Nigel Slade, Tyler Quintos coming off the bench here. Quintos on puck as soon as he touches ice. Over to Denny on the slot. Denny with a shot. Babin covers it up. Quintos might have a chance here. Fires one in. It's up and redirected into the netting.
Good opportunity there. Quintos couldn't quite find the puck at first. When he did, he kind of kicked it to himself, got it on the stick, made an excellent shot at the net. But again, Battle Creek's netminder coming up stronger. This one could be as bad as 7-1 right now.
Yeah, it definitely could. A lot of shots on goal for Danville so far tonight. This one might end up in Battle Creek's position, though. Alvis coming with it. Oh, an errant pass there, and a shot nonetheless comes off the stick of Jesse Gordachuk and redirected to his right behind the net. Just a scrum of bodies fighting for this one as it comes to Bush Anderson in the end. He fires one wide left of Gordachuk. Touching it up there, Mark Steele puts it back in. Now coming the other way with it, Palmerville. A redirected pass there, unintentionally finds Ben Bukal, who's going to get it back to Palmerville. Oh, Nigel Slade can run with this one if he's fast. Bush Anderson is back there on D. This one's going to be blown dead.
High stick.
Played with a high stick. It's going to come all the way back here to where the infraction occurred, or at least close to it. And it's going to come to the left of Jesse Gordachuk.
That was a close call there. The stick was elevated, but I didn't think it was over the waist. But the referee had a much better view down on the ice than I did.
Got to keep them waist high. Now where your waist is, that's up for interpretation. Coming the other way with it, Danville wins that face-off. This one up in the air. Fred Hine going to end up with it. Hine on the move. Alexis circle back. He'll have a wide open net if he can find one. As Babin was on his back trying to suck that one up into a frozen puck. Instead, we're going to have it come all the way down the icing. Is going to be called.
Good opportunity by Fred Hine, but he saw that he didn't have a good angle on the shot. Decided to make one more move, hoping something would open up in front of the net. It did, but that pass just outside of the stick of his Danville Dasher teammate, and they could not cash in again on an excellent opportunity.
Atkins with a hustle play to keep that one in the zone. Trying to get on the other end of it is Jesse Nair. We have a delayed penalty here as Danville's getting an extra skater out on the ice. This one's out to the point. Over to Ensor. Ensor with a shot on. This one might get touched up instead. Battle Creek is going to touch it up here as we're going to have a penalty for, looks like a cross check there. We'll get the official word on that in just a minute. Nonetheless, Danville going to be on another Jenna Worth power play here as the night continues on.
Is this the fifth penalty?
I do believe it is the fifth penalty here.
And I don't believe Danville's had a penalty all night tonight.
They have not yet. We haven't had a serve pro penalty kill yet.
Doing a good job of drawing penalties with good aggressive play in the offensive end.
Danville 1 for 4 on the power play right now. 37 shots on goal for Danville, 12 for Battle Creek. 1:48 left to go here in this new Jenna Worth power play. An open net opportunity there for Jesse Nair. Babin did very nicely to slide into that one. No doubt about that.
Jesse just couldn't elevate when he wanted to there.
Browsen finds Hine. Hine finds Browsen. Browsen with a shot up into the corner. It's just a little bit wide. Might have an opportunity here. Atkins trying to shove it in, as this one's eventually lost sight of and frozen.
Great scrum in front of the net, and the Danville Dashers playing to the whistle. Real aggressive going after that puck.
And Babin was swarmed. He had to come way out of his net to play that one, as he ends up sitting on it like a reclining chair at your grandpa's house.
Babin might need to visit the folks from Robinson Chiropractic who are here tonight. He's been getting a good workout in that net.
He definitely has. More shots on goal than some practices here with 37, and we're only in the second period. 4-1 Danville here with 5:44 left to go in the second. Face-off won by Danville. Bukal on it. Bukal with a spin to get around Alves. Alves really hounding him here as he might end up with this one. He does nicely. He ends up with it. And a little bit of a touched-up pass there as Browsen does just enough to throw off the odd man break. Ryan Alves going to end up with this one again here. He just can't keep a hold of it when he gets it, it seems like. Doing a heck of a job on the effort plays, though. Nair with a shot, a nice jet sweep there into the left side of the ice. He's going to end up finding him with a shot. Just can't capitalize as Babin deals with that one and is sent down the ice by Battle Creek.
Browsen doing a good job to let the guys in front of the net know what was coming there by signaling with his stick.
Wolf blows a skate, and if Danville works fast, they're going to have a two-man advantage here. Not quick enough, though, as Tyler Quintos plays it behind to Slade. Slade circles around, checks out the defense, back to Palmerville. As this one finds Slade, Babin on it now. He's trying to freeze it up. Ooh, an early whistle there. That one wasn't frozen.
Puck came out. Danville Dashers were trying to shove it home, but the referee had lost sight of the puck and blew it dead. Another great opportunity by Danville, but just could not cash in there. Again, great work between the pipes by the Battle Creek netminder.
Yeah, no doubt about that. He's had a good game tonight, 4 goals or not. It's been a wild ride for him, no doubt getting his work in for the evening.
Could have been 7-1 right now.
It would be a lot worse if he hadn't been on the top of his game like he is. I shouldn't say top of his game, might not even be the top of his game. We'll see. Turner over here to the left side, over to Palmerville. Palmerville has an open shot. He kind of whiffs on it, though, a little bit, as Babin had a little bit of left net open. Oh, some nice work there from Turner. Ends up with a chance. And Turner delivers a hit and ends up keeping hold of the puck there.
Good opportunities here by the Danville Dashers. They're pouring it on.
Slade to Tesserero.
We're back to even strength, but you wouldn't know it.
4 minutes flat left to go in the second period. Tesserero finds some space as he loses it for a moment, tries to get it through. It's only going to get as far there as Battle Creek's winger. Now coming the other way is Battle Creek. Luciani with a shot, swallowed up easily. Gordichuk saw that one the whole way in. Palmerville and Luciani exchanging a nice little pleasantries there. The former teammates. Smiles all around there.
Getting a little escort back to the bench. Danville did a really good job there while keeping possession after the power play. They got a change and got 2 defensemen on the ice without giving up possession of the puck. Really good job by the Danville Dashers.
It's always good to see Marco Luciani come back around. Every time they've been here, I've looked forward to seeing him back there on the ice.
I like Marco.
I did too. Was traded away earlier on. Nick Gullo on this one. Over to Browsen. Browsen with a shot. It's high. As Babin kind of sprawled out to do whatever he could to stop that one.
Another great effort by Danville, this time coming up wide.
Pellegrau comes with it. Oh, a shot on, finds the right side of the net, just the wrong side of the net there. That was Noskov with the shot.
I thought he had beat him.
I thought he had too. It hit the wrong side of the net, though. Just very close, a game of inches, let me tell you. Brad Denny coming the other way with it as he comes down the right side. Puck taken by Bush Anderson as Denny hits the ground there. Bush Anderson putting on a good shift here so far tonight. Out there, Mark Steele as well. This one comes back over to Anderson on the left side. No real options in the front. Whoa. Leads to him being put hard into the boards there by Armstrong.
And getting a little stick for his pleasure there as a retaliation.
Gullo had an opportunity there, but nobody really home, no opportunities. This one thrown behind here. It's going to be collected by Steele.
This third line tonight generating a lot of opportunities.
We're going to have a stoppage of play here. Offside, perhaps. Didn't think it came out, but it might have. It looks like it did. We're going to come back out for an offside.
Good solid effort here in the second period by the Danville Dashers. They've given up very few opportunities, and their offense has just poured it on.
Just 13 shots on goal for Battle Creek as opposed to the 41 for Danville so far tonight. 1 for 5 on the power play, Danville. 0 for 0 on the power play, Battle Creek. Haven't been rewarded with one quite yet. They have looked threatening at times, though. I don't think it's unfair to say that. Jesse Nair with a nice stick move to get some open space in the ice here. Passes over to Hine. Hine tries to find a pass there. Nobody home. Fought for along the boards. Atkins ends up with it, passes it out to Hine. Hine trying to get it back to Atkins, takes a weird bounce off the ice there. Nair in front of net off his skate. Babin seals this one up with the glove, and we're going to have a frozen puck again and a face-off.
Now, what's really impressed me with Battle Creek is their first line can stay and skate with anybody. Same with their first line defense. It's as you go down the depth a little bit where Danville's been able to get the advantage tonight.
Yeah, and for long periods of time, it seems that first line able to stay out there and seemingly keep fresh legs. It's been impressive. Oh, a shot from the point there. On the other end of that was Troy Murray who fired it in. Babin does nicely to swallow that one up. 1:38 left to go here in the second period. It's 4-1 Danville.
Again, I think Troy Murray just looking for that one to find a rebound and an opportunity in front of the net, but Babin with a good job of just stifling that.
It'll never hurt to try. I'm tempted to quote that very basic Wayne Gretzky quote, but I'm not going to. Oh, nice redirected opportunity here. Gordichuk with a double save.
Boy, he had Gordy beat on the rebound, but missed the net.
Crystal at the point. Tries to play it in. Ends up with it again off of his own wall. On the other end of it now, Marco Luciani plays it through. It's out to the point. The first long period of puck possession ends up with a shot on Gordichuk. And a little bit of a scrap in front of net here. Going to be interesting to see how this one plays out. As back into the boards, it looked like went Troy Murray.
Yeah, Nigel Slade did not like what the Battle Creek player was doing to his defenseman and came to his rescue. And then a little scrum behind the net, but no harm, no foul.
Murray and Soilis getting into it just a little bit there on the other end of things. And now on the other end, we're going to have a face-off after that shot. If you can call it a shot, it was more like a redirected pass was snagged out of the air there by Gordichuk. This one down the other end of the ice. Sam Turner might get there. Turner does. It's tucked out there to Tesserero across the slot here. Trying to pick it up with a glove was Browsen. Instead, it's going to get it with a stick just a little bit later than intended. Flips it over one man, tries to beat a second, ends up with it again on the boards. Using that big size to leverage himself in there. Instead, it comes to Alves. A shot from the point there out of nowhere from Ben Bukal is swallowed up by Babin.
Very good sign there by Danville. Sam Turner was 1-on-4, but great hustle by the Danville Dashers. And then the Battle Creek defense sort of overskated everything and got a great opportunity.
Tesserero with a stick tie. Puck ends up with Sam Turner. Oh, a redirected shot there from Tesserero, swallowed up by Babin. Actually goes into his knee pad, and he's trying to get that one out right now.
That puck finding a way. He's going to almost have to undress to get rid of the puck. There it is.
There it falls out. Had to get the glove off for it to finally come out. It can't ever be convenient, let me tell you. Although you're glad to have those knee savers, trust me, in the long run.
They wear a lot of armor.
Turner with a shot on, swallowed up again by Babin. We'll be hoping it doesn't fall into his knee pad once more.
Babin is getting a workout tonight. You put it best a little while ago. It's like a practice when they just keep firing pucks at him from every angle.
Bush Anderson collects this one. It's off the wall, tipped up there, no icing. Bukal on it, out to Palmerville. Palmerville throws a long one, trying to find Tesserero. That goes up over the glass.
Look out.
And was it tipped up? That'll be the big question.
That's going to be the big discussion. I don't think that was tipped.
Looks like the trainer is coming out onto the ice here for Danville. Did that come back down and hit somebody in the box?
It might have.
It looks like it did. As we're going to get a short break here.
Yep, and they're going to be down a man, too, with the old dog penalty, the delay of game.
The majority of that time obviously going to come in the third period here, as with 6.3 seconds left. That one was flipped up over the glass by Alex Palmerville, who's currently in the box. And for all it was worth, ended up hitting someone in the head in the media box. So we're hoping they're okay.
Very good hustle by the trainer of the Danville Dashers. And getting getting a nice escort from the Battle Creek player back across the ice. Good sportsmanship here tonight.
As we're going to get a little bit of a stoppage in play here, it's worth mentioning tonight is Wellness Night, presented by Athletico. It's also Jersey Off the Back this weekend. One lucky fan will be presented with Mr. Justin Browson's jersey after the game on Saturday night. He'll be handing it over himself, so that's a great photo op. You can get your tickets at the merchandise stand tonight and tomorrow. Spend $25 and receive a ticket for tomorrow's game. So, hey, you're getting your cost cut there by a significant margin, and you still get the chance to win that jersey.
That's quite a deal. I mean, that's, game worn. It'll be nice and smelly. And maybe he'll even score a goal or two.
By former FPHL, or FHL at the time, leading scorer in the Danville Dashers Cup run from a couple of years back. Pretty awesome, honestly, if you think about it. Not to mention, a heck of a nice guy. You'll get to meet him, get that jersey right off his back. Very smelly. I think you put that nicely. I think that's probably the most distinguishable characteristic of a jersey.
Yeah, the last home game that we had here, Justin was very upset about a call, and I actually kidded him about that this week here at the arena after practice. One of the nicest guys, but such an intense player. But you knew when he was upset that was not a call he was happy about at all. And I think we're going to send both teams to the locker room here and come back for the second half. Or the third period, I should say.
Didn't look like a great situation going on there, but it looks like everyone has remained in the box. But for now, we're going to get the period running out. We're going to have I would assume, a 20-minute and 6-second period next period. And we've seen this happen twice already this season. What's up with that?
We saw that when the glass was broken earlier in the season. They had to do a little repair. So the officials doing a good job of time management out here at the David S. Palmer Arena, and it'll be chuck-a-puck time coming up here between periods.
That it will. Well, let's get a look at that end of second point counter here. Jesse Nair with 2, Jacob Wolf with 1 on that solo goal. Tyler Quintos with 1, Mitch Atkins with 1 on that goal. Fred Hine on 1, had the assist on the Mitch Atkins goal. Logan Hawgood officially got a goal on that last one as well, off an assist from Sam Turner and Justin Browson. And of course, AJ Tesorero with 1 on that goal as well. That actually did count as being on a power play. I thought it was just after the power play, but I think the effect still holds true. It was really close. There was just a matter of seconds left on it, one way or another. Regardless, Danville up 4-1 now. What a far cry from the end of the first period, huh?
All of a sudden, Danville found the net, because in that first period, they got plenty of shots at the goal. Not all of them on the goal. But in that second period, all of a sudden, that offense just came alive. And you saw great hustle by all 3 lines for the Dashers, and getting good production up and down the lineup here tonight. So great to see, and great to see a little breathing room.
No doubt about that.
Ready for the third.
And it's worth mentioning also here, we're at the second period. 45 shots on goal from this Dashers team. And I think that almost testifies more to the job that Trevor Babin is doing for this Battle Creek team. Really been an anchor for them tonight. A couple of weird bounces, some bad timing, didn't go his way. Still putting on a good effort tonight. Worth mentioning, Jesse Gordichuk doing a good job tonight despite facing just 14 shots. The majority of those shots have been breakaway opportunities or rebound opportunities. The one goal that he gave up was a rebound opportunity on a breakaway. So a little bit of both of those. So just kind of one of those nights where goalies not really having a lot of luck with how the puck is bouncing, but Gordichuk on the breaking end of that right now.
Danville, 2 of the 4 goals that they had were just sort of seeing eye goals. That first one that just kind of was shoved in, and the second one that was just kind of a junk shot as well. But the other 2 were solid plays. But again, one of the goals was that shot from the point where Babin didn't have any chance to see it because of all the traffic in front of the net. So You know, it's funny to say when you're giving up 4 goals in 2 periods that you're having a good game, but this could be 7 or 8 to 1 easily.
Yeah, no doubt about that. He's done a heck of a job tonight. It's been a fun game so far, so we're going to actually see how it ends up in the long run. 4-1 here where we sit right now. Couple of goals on the night for Danville, some nice offensive possession, and as well as some weird, very dangerous back and forth play from both sides. Been a lot of fun, been a clean game for the most part. A couple of penalties, but nothing malicious, no fights yet tonight. Couple group hugs per se against the boards down here, but that's bound to happen in any game. Well, we're gonna have an extended third period, it looks like, by about 6 seconds, unless they just let that run off. But it also looks like we're checking out something with the equipment in the press box, so you do wonder what's going on exactly over there. We'll try and get a full word on that, as well as what we're expecting here in the third period. We'll be back in just a little bit with the final period, we can assume, we don't know, of action here from the David S. Palmer Arena. You're listening and watching the Danville Dashers Broadcast Network. Welcome back here to the David S. Palmer Arena. Period number 3 of the Danville Dashers going up against the Battle Creek Rumblebees, live from downtown Danville at the David S. Palmer Arena. We're going to start this off, I do believe, on a power play for Battle Creek. If everything continued as I thought it was going to, we'll see. It is indeed Palmerville making his way over to the box, and Battle Creek will have their first power play, and Danville will have their first serve pro penalty kill of the night. Way late into the game here, start of the third period. We're going to play a 15-second runoff here in the second period, and I assume go straight into the third.
Yeah, they'll probably give them like a minute to switch ends. That's it.
We're going to go ahead and change the period here to the third. We'll take care of that, and then we'll be on our way as we're actually going to go on a serve pro penalty kill here, heading in to this period. 7 seconds left to go in this weird makeshift as Slade brings it down. Almost an opportunity there in just as short a time for Danville. And the clock runs out. And man, that was the shortest period I've ever seen played in my life.
So that'll do it for the second period of hockey here at the David S. Palmer Arena. We'll be back in about,
yeah. I'm working overtime. I have to take this one up with the union.
We need another media break.
And just a real quick one. Look like we're actually kind of getting one here.
Yeah, they'll take a 60-second break to let the goaltenders get set and situated, get their drink bottles in place, and get the ice the way they want it. You know, and then we'll have a face-off at center ice, and we'll start the third period for real. And there'll still be 1:45 left on the penalty. The good news is that the folks that got hit with the puck are back on duty here, so no big injuries over there in the penalty box.
A good round of applause there as he's back in there with a smile, too. You can see him smiling over there, talking to some of the guys on the ice, talking to one another.
Now, I did notice, though, that there is a home field advantage, home ice advantage in the penalty box. There's actually some candy over in the home penalty box. So.
It's an energy boost.
Yeah, there's a little surprise waiting for the players that come in. So they got some candy over there.
Well, with 1:38 left to go in the penalty kill here on the serve pro penalty kill with 19:49 left to go in the third period, Danville won it, dumped it into the zone, and Battle Creek recovers. As we had another alarm blow.
Yeah, I think that was a little inadvertent horn, or they were trying to get the attention of the referees.
19:41 left to go, and a stoppage of play here. Interesting.
Yeah, I think they needed to get the attention of the referees over something having to do with the clock. I wonder if they finally came to the realization that they should have only had like 6.3 seconds left. But at this point, I don't think it really matters.
I don't think that, it shouldn't matter if it does. I'm still a little bit confused, but I've been confused before, so not discounting that.
Referee's over-explaining it to the Battle Creek bench, and Ray will get the word here next.
Yeah, I'm not a good enough lip reader to read what's going on with that one.
I think he said pepperoni and sausage on my pizza tonight, please.
Hey, they are ordering pizza. You are nail on the head with that one. So maybe that is what's going on. Maybe it was just a last-second pizza checkup.
I think it was just pizza orders. They maybe in addition to the candy in the penalty box, they're bringing pizza for the guys next.
Nigel Slade wants to make sure that he got in on that order, and now we're going to have a puck drop. It's won by Nigel Slade, fresh off ordering that Hawaiian pizza. Played out to the Battle Creek point man. It's going to be knocked out of the zone here with 1:17 left to go on the serve pro penalty kill for Danville. Alves play it over on the side. Off the skate of Brad Denny, picked up by Crystal. Off the boards here, trying to fight for it, Maxime Noskov. It ends up coming out to number 61, Ryan Alves. Good. Back to the point, a shot from the point. That was dangerously there on Gordachuk. That came off the stick of Nathan Pelligra. Oh, a nice pass out there. Just goes through the blue zone. Nobody home to do anything with it. Comes out to Pelligra. Pelligra fires a shot snatched out of the air. Jesse Gordachuk.
That was a save that would have made Javier Baez proud, man. He just got that glove up there active, going for the near side high up in the corner of the net. But Gordichuk coming up big with that glove to keep us at 4-1.
I think Gordichuk would get in trouble if he flipped that one out of his glove and threw it across the ice to his shortstop on the other end in the other net. I think he'd get in trouble for that one.
Yeah, it could have turned two there. Tinkers Nevers the chance.
Fought for hard along the boards here. Some tenacious defending Ben Buccal. Battle Creek still doing a nice job at keeping it.
Nice
It's
stick.
tipped up there. That's coming the other way with Tyler Quintos. Quintos going to have a little space. Trapping it along the boards. Takes a big hit. Holds on to it. It's pressed along the boards now. Battle Creek eventually able to get it, but 13 seconds left on the penalty. Nicely done by Tyler Quintos.
Took about 8 seconds off the penalty there, and now that penalty is just about over.
Beautifully done with the stick there. Draws a little bit of time off the clock. Hitting the deck there was Peligra.
Back to
Danville
even
able
strength.
to come the other way with it now, on the other way. Browsen on it. Browsen fires a shot. It's off the leg there. Actually, Jesse Nair. Two really big guys, kind of looking the same. Big guys with a tiny bit of a mustache. As that one dangerously played. Gordichuk there ends up with it. Trying not to freeze it. Plays it out to Armstrong, but it's going to come back for a face-off.
Have a little talk with the officials afterwards saying, I really wasn't meaning to hang on to that one, guys.
17:56 left to go here in the third period of action. 4-1 Danville on top of the Battle Creek Rumblebees. And Danville wins this one, and on the run with it now is Mitch Atkins. Atkins has Armstrong. Atkins fires, shoots, stop by Babin. Babin does a nice job of getting to that one. A nice play there by Mitch Atkins.
Levi got a little deep on that play, otherwise he would have had a good shot at the rebound.
Just a little too anxious to get on the other end of that one. This one going to be won by Battle Creek and played back by Noskov. Come the other way with it was Thomas. Thomas tries to connect with a pass there. Instead, it's going to come all the way back out to Noskov.
Ooh, tricky.
Oh, and that's going to get in.
Nice play by Battle Creek, sweeping that pass out of the reach of the Danville defense. And the next thing you know, Gordichuk down and out, and that puck ends up in the back of the net, and it's 4-2.
Kind of a weird series of events there, as that one just redirected there by, it looked like it was Peligra, but it was just buried in. Gordichuk lunging over to his right side. Kind of interesting.
Pass from one side of the ice to the other, and that's all it took to get that opening, and they cashed in.
Now 4-2, the Danville lead over Battle Creek here, late on in the game, but still early on in the third period. Plenty of time for Battle Creek to score another one, but Justin Browsen going to try and go the other way with it. Shot comes off the stick there of Connor McNary and up and into the net.
Good active stick by the Battle Creek defense. And that will be a face-off on the near side of the Battle Creek netminder. Beautiful shot! One-timer finds the net.
What a play that was there by Danville's Justin Browsen in that line. Tesserero out there as well. Nigel Slade, Hawgood, and Brad Denny connecting on that one. Heck of a shot there. Justin Browsen pretty proud of himself with that one, and we're gonna move this one up on both sides to 5-2. Thanks for the tip there on the scoreboard. Got a little bit ahead of myself here. Fast-paced action, back and forth, I think is the best way to describe this, as Danville takes a 5-2 lead here and gets back up, being up 3.
Great job winning the face-off. Got the puck back to Justin Browsen on the point, and he fired a laser beam home.
Man, and just when we were changing things, and another goal just ekes by. Look at that. Quintos has his stick tied up there. As this one's coming back around, Nick Gullo unable to get on the other end of it. A slap shot fired high off the stick there of Jason Stone, and it was frozen up by Gordichuk, and we're going to have a face-off here to the right of Jesse Gordichuk.
Battle Creek had two players right in front of the net, and Gordy making the smart play of just freezing it up for the face-off.
Slade wins out on this one. It's a foot race to see who can get it here by the Dashers bench. Steele ends up with it. Throws it across a little bit errant, but no harm, no foul. There's Battle Creek able to recover. And this one actually just fought for along the boards, comes out to Palmerville. Palmerville throws it out to Quintos. Quintos trying to link up with Gullo, instead finds the boards, comes all the way out there to Ethan Bush-Anderson.
Palms tried to get that one in deep, but gave up the break the other end.
A nice hustle play there by Adam Howie is almost rewarded. Instead, it comes out to Quintos. A nice pass off the boards there. Gullo to Slade. Slade with an opportunity. Fended off nicely there by Babin.
Great little two-man game there. Gullo and Slade almost cashed in again.
Gullo behind the net with this one. Fighting forward with number 22, Ethan Bush-Anderson. He's been productive when he's been out there. Palmerville on this one.
Nick Gullo, such a scrappy little player.
A shot from the point there from Bukal ends up actually in Babin. We're going to have a delayed penalty here and a penalty called, as that one was tripped up. And on the other end of that one was Nigel Slade.
Stick tied up in the old legs of Nigel Slade. Slade goes to the ice, and Battle Creek going to the box. That looked like a familiar face here in Danville. That looked like Marco Luciani.
I do believe that is Marco. You can see him maybe giving a little bit of smile over there in the penalty box. Not too happy with that one, but when are you ever happy with a penalty that goes against you? Because I never will be, or was. Fred Hine on this one now. On this Jenna Worth power play, Ben Bukal.
Oh, nice stick by Battle Creek.
That was broken up nicely there by number 19, Nathan Peligra. Browson has another pass touched up by Peligra. It comes out to Hine anyway. Hine, speed, a shot. That one was a hard shot off the wrist there. And that was Sebastian Crystal getting in the way of it. Nicely done there. Out to Browson, across to Bukal, tries to soccer field it, instead bounces a little bit too far off the skate. Oh, Hine looking to pick a pass there. Bukal with some space, just wide right of the net there.
Just missed on the near side.
Looked like Babin had some trouble getting back over to the other side for that one. A nice pass across the blue zone, unable to be fired home there. Bukal ends up with it anyway. And this one's turned over to Battle Creek, who elect to dump it down. 1:04 left to go on the penalty here. 14:40 left to go in the third period.
Good exchange by Danville, but coming up short. Coming up just not able to cash in at the end of that plays.
Tesserero with a stick check to get that one back. Now coming the other way, Michael Thomas had it. He slings that one down as far as Alex Palmerville. Palmerville takes it behind the goal and elects to sit this one out. Let his offense get into place here and takes it out now down the left side over to Quintos. Quintos across to the right side finds Turner. And we're going to have an offside here. As 30 seconds left to go in the Jenna Worth power play for Danville. 5-2 the lead here in the third period with 14:08 left to go in the third. We're going to have a face-off here to the right of Jesse Gordachuk, as it looks like we're going to bring it back that offside here. And won by Battle Creek, flip back down as far as Alex Palmerville. Palmerville with this one behind the net, as he elects to sit back and kind of let this one unfold. Danville with plenty of time here, up 3 goals. Coming down the right side, flicked all the way behind the net. Babin tries to get a stick on it, just a little bit too hard, and ends up getting through. Danville somehow keeping possession of this along the boards. Palmerville on the point. Out to Turner. Turner fires a slap shot. Rebound goes between the legs of Tesserero. Stretch pass to the man coming out of the box here as we're back to full strength for both sides. Mortley turns that one over as it's along the boards here. Palmerville holds it just a little bit, as Danville brings it out through Logan Hawgood over to Armstrong. Armstrong uses his body to stay on top of it. Has some space. Armstrong, and that one called for a stoppage. Looks like we're going to have a slash, and it's going to go on AJ Tesserero. That was very behind the play, so you got to wonder exactly what the deal was there.
Yeah, I think there was a little shenanigans going on behind the play, and get a little sticky with the stick, and gets called and into the box for 2. But broke up a good opportunity by Levi Armstrong. Bad timing to take that penalty right there.
Levi's probably looking at both of them and saying, what the heck, man? Anyway, Danville going to actually be able to run with a man advantage here as they're pouring men forward. Slade on it. Nicely dealt with there by Maxime Noskov. Battle Creek able to run the other way here now. Atkins applying pressure at the front. Noskov carries it in. Noskov on the left side. Noskov still brings it back to the point. Peligra here to your right instead comes back to Noskov. Over to Alvis on the other side. Nicely done to keep it in as it comes over to Pellegra now.
Good
Pellegra
hustle by
over.
the Dashers defense.
Slap shot from the point done with nicely there by Danville. As this one fought for along the boards here. We'll see who pokes it out. Eventually it comes out to Battle Creek. Slung over to the other side, but no one home. Murray fires a long stretch pass. It's an offside, and it's a save anyway. Babin does nicely to save that one up.
Two-line pass there, but boy, I thought he was going to be onside.
Mitch Atkins had a great opportunity on that one.
He has been hustling all game long and producing some great opportunities.
And after seeing that one, I will confirm that was offside. A little instant replay, inadvertent instant replay, thanks to the streaming system. It's one thing about it.
That works.
This one dumped way down there. Babin's going to have to deal with that one fast. He does nicely as Jesse Nayer was coming down for it. Battle Creek coming the other way now. Danville 3 on the defensive side here. Plenty of manpower to waste back there. Oh, a nice attempt there for Battle Creek. Almost beat Gordichuk, who got down to his right, saved nicely. In on that one was number 24, Mark Steele.
45 seconds left on the penalty.
And 12 flat left to go in the game here in the third period. Assumedly the game, after all. I don't want to commentators jinx anything one way or another. Oh, drop back nicely. Battle Creek with some nice passing and offensive opportunity there. Palmerville does nice to deal with that one. Soyless was coming down threateningly.
20 seconds left on the penalty.
As Battle Creek unable to connect anything from the back here, Bukal elects to sling it down. That's going to do with a good chunk of this penalty time.
And fresh legs for Danville.
Bukal on it, does it again. Hey, you keep giving it to me, I'll keep throwing it down there. That's what he's saying. As Babin able to deal with that one. 1 second left, and the extra man is out of the box. AJ Tesserero, as he's going to go right for a line change. Nick Gullo, meanwhile, is headed down the other end of the ice here. Has an opportunity. Just a little bit too much on the defensive end for Gullo to get through. Denny with a rocket of a slap shot. Trying to touch it up there was Danville. I think Levi Armstrong in there trying to get a stick on it, it looked like. A productive night so far tonight for Levi. Not on the score sheet, but a good night nonetheless.
Babin lucky to hang on to that one, because if he didn't, that would have been goal number 6 on the night for Danville.
And Armstrong really trying to get a goal back after he probably feels he was robbed of one just a little bit ago, even though Babin ended up with the save in the long run anyway.
Yeah, but he still had a rebound to go.
Yeah, that's what he'll say. That's for sure. Brad Denny, an errant pass there to the foot of Hawgood, is nicely dealt with by Hawgood, out to Fred Hine. Fred Hine throws this one off the boards. Oh, just barely able to get enough on it there was Nick Gullo, but it turned over there to the stick of Jason Stone nonetheless. And back over to Hawgood here. He's going to carry this one. Fred Hine on the left wing. Hine with a shot. That one was going barred down, but a nice save there by Babin. Battle Creek going to have the opportunity to run here. And on the other side of it, that was Jacob Wolf that had the opportunity.
Hawgood doing a good job behind the scenes, breaking that one up.
Hawgood making some moves here on the side. That pass picked off. Battle Creek can have another chance here. On the other end of it, Jason Stone with a nice stick away. Now Armstrong tries to carry this one in. Gets past one, gets past two, but the third one wins out. And Danville still pushing men forward here with 9:56 left to go in the third period and a 5-2 lead.
Watching the way the Danville Dashers players are playing these boards, I'm never playing pool against these guys.
Yeah, no kidding. That one swallowed up nicely there by Jesse Gordichuk with a resounding thud.
You could tell that hit his blocker, and he did a good job recovering with the glove to make sure he didn't give up a rebound on that tough shot. And look at this, Nate, 9:44, and they're at the media timeout. Our Union steward definitely got the job done for us
That chat
tonight.
must have really done numbers on our Union steward. I think you're right. Chat must have really worked. Well, at the media timeout, let's go ahead and get a look at some scores from the other games. As for right now in Danville, obviously 5-2. 51-17 the shots on goal here. We have a final score from Delaware as the Danbury Hat-Tricks, who recently beat Carolina twice in one weekend, 5-4 over the Thunder. That was a much closer game than most would have been expecting. out of the 2 expansion sides from this year. Elmira had a 5-4 win against Watertown on the road. Carolina able to defend home ice against the Menor Icebreakers, taking that one by a narrow score, 3-2 at the end of that one. The only real game that hasn't been very good and very well competed tonight in what seems like a wide open FPHL behind Carolina. A 9-0 thrashing the Columbus River Dragons, taking down the Port Huron Prowlers. Woo! At home. Port Huron been on a good run as of late. And of course here at Danville, 5-2 at the Palmer Arena. Played nicely behind the net here. Jesse Gordichuk, Seth Ensor is on it. Quintos might have an opportunity. Instead, it's brought back. Gordichuk doing all he can to keep this one out as Battle Creek swarming. Pun fully intended, the net there. Did you like that?
That was very nice.
Justin Browsen skating down the other end of the ice here. Slade's taking off the puck. Babin does a nice job at pushing that one out. That one was a very oddly played puck, but it works out. Back there on the left D, that one on the other end was Stavros Soilis, who played it up in the air. Danville eventually able to get it back. A pass pretty much to no one ends up with Jesse Gordichuk on the back end here. And a hard slap shot there to get a shift change for Danville. Bukal, Palmerville, Atkins, and Nair coming out.
That was a smart play. I like that one.
Yeah, at first I questioned it, but it makes a lot of sense. Got 4 fresh legs out there. Well, 8 if you count both legs. Palmerville on this one. That one comes all the way back behind. Nobody really completing any passes right now, just kind of back and forth as both sides look for shift changes and any kind of breakaway opportunity.
Your math professors would be proud of you over at University of Illinois.
I mean, that's like advanced calculus right there.
It's a heck of a job for a journalism student.
Glorified English major, right? Palmerville coming the other way with it. The offensive defenseman at this moment. A nice pass to Hine. Hine has a shot swallowed up nicely by Babin. Man, and time after time again, Trevor Babin doing a nice job tonight.
Yeah, we were asked in the chat what union represents us. It's the United Federation of Bus League Hockey Announcers.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I'm a fan. I've always wondered, I should probably start paying my union dues. This one frozen up here for a second as Marco Luciani comes out onto the ice.
You take it out of your 6-figure salary.
Oof. I don't know if I can do with that. Only 6 figures? What do you think I make? Palmerville behind on the point here. That shot redirected out almost over to the court. Best seats in the house off the skate there of Luciani, who had just come back onto the ice and now goes back off the ice.
I was counting the 2 spots on the other side of the decimal point.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. I thought you were aiming a little short there. Mitch Atkins at the center point now.
We do have good union leadership.
Oh, Jesse Nair has a shot there.
Missed the net.
Atkins did a nice job at setting him off there off that face-off. Oh, a weird play. How did that not end up in the net?
Goodness. I thought he had tucked it home.
Wow. And Jesse Nair not going to be thrilled that he didn't bury that one home as a weird bounce, which we've seen all night tonight, ends up with Babin sprawling about trying to grab whatever he can. Does just enough there to slide to his left and saves about 3 rebounds on the other end of it.
That was a great effort because he was down and out. Shot was elevated, but he reached up and somehow made the stop.
And Danville threatening here with 7:47 left to go in the third period. 5-2 the score. This one comes all the way out to the point to Brad Denny. Denny plays it through to Tesserero. Tesserero to Nair. Nair to Denny. Denny a shot from the point, redirected just wide. Now on the other end of it here, it's going to be Jacob Wolf. Wolf coming through, gets past 1. Deeks back towards 2. And does a nice job there to retain possession, but the pass just comes off the leg of a Danville skater. Tesserero plays it out there to Browsen. Browsen gets past a man, fires wide left. Brad Denny at the point. Denny back around to Tesserero. Tesserero on it now, coming around the side. Some nice defense there from number 22, Ethan Bush Anderson, forces him off the puck. And Battle Creek gets this one out of the defensive zone. Oh, off the hand, very narrowly to someone in the crowd, but a souvenir and a non-painful souvenir. So that's what you like to see in the long run.
That one took a very weird flight out of the ice rink there and luckily did not find a face in the crowd.
No kidding, hit off the glove of one of the Danville players there, trying to catch it and bring it down. Redirected, finds a seat. That puck was done for the night. Time for it to retire. Oh, a dangerous pass there from Danville. Ends up with Battle Creek having an opportunity. Nobody really home, though, to do much with it as Quintos is pressured along the boards there. Slade laying pressure on the Battle Creek defense. 6:40 left to go here in the third period. A rocket of a ricochet. Try saying that one 10 times fast. Comes off the body of Nick Gullo.
Nick Gullo working hard as always.
This is probably some of the strangest puck bounces that I've seen.
And the puck just has hit about 3 sticks without hitting the ice there.
What, did they put Monster Energy in this ice? Is it all hyped up tonight?
Super putty in the pucks, maybe.
Seems that way. Some kind of magic going on here tonight.
6 minutes to go.
Murray throws this one down. Gullo going to try and lay chase here. Running up against him, number 87, Michael Thomas, was on the other end. Battle Creek content to come this one down the left wing here. Carrying it down, Mark Steele. Steele's pass finds no one home, and Danville going to go the other way with it through Mitch Atkins. Atkins on it. Atkins' shot is blocked up there. On the other end of that was Nathan Pellegros, who's had a good night tonight for Battle Creek. Pellegros, former Dashers player as well. Plenty of former faces on this team. Crystal on the back end here. Battle Creek with some time for possession here. Crawford out there as well. Champlain, excuse me, I don't know why I said Crawford. Back in the Mentor state of mind here. Well, for a game that's been as exciting as this one has, the last 45 seconds to a minute, not a whole lot going.
Now it's kind of settled down here. 5:18 left. Danville still with a commanding 3-goal lead.
Palmerville on the point here. Over into Nair. Oh, Atkins was in. It was nicely touched up there, though, by number 27, John Champlain. Battle Creek running the other way with it here, and they've got a little bit of room. Over to the other side, that one looking for Maxime Noskov. He's going to be forced off of it there by Ben Bukal. Ben Bukal around the back of the net, coming the other way. Does nicely to get past one, carries it into the offensive zone. He's going to do a stick pull, come back around, tripped up into the boards. Nothing called there, just blew a skate. Danville somehow retains possession. It comes back to Bukal. Bukal comes back around the boards, pressured off of it there by Jason Stone. This one brought the other way by Champlain. Errant pass there, can't find McNary. McNary gets it off the boards, though, in the end, brings it up the left wing. Looking for a pass, does find a pass. Gordachuk, what a save!
Sprawling out, making the stop.
Keeping you on your toes here late in the game. Battle Creek with a great opportunity there. A beautiful pass, almost connects there on the right wing side. Coming the other way with it, Tesserero. Tesserero fires a shot, easily dealt with by Babin. These teams putting together some nice dekes tonight, finding some space, getting in the offensive third. And you know, at a 5-2 score, 7 goals on the board, but feels like there could have very easily been a handful more than that.
4:06 left. Danville still hanging on to that 3-goal lead.
That one again scooped up by Babin off the face-off.
Another nice stop with that glove. Very active glove saves all night long.
Plenty of shots, plenty of saves here tonight, especially on the Battle Creek end of the ice. 55 shots on goal, 5 goals. That is a heck of a save total, let me tell you. Brad Denny able to keep this one despite pressure here. Tesserero throws it along the boards here, looking for Armstrong. Armstrong stays on his feet, but barely gets tied up into the boards and loses out. That one's going to come all the way around to Mark Steele. Steele fighting forward against Nigel Slade. This one somehow pops out and goes around to the other side of the ice. Knocked down the ice there. Brad Denny collects. Denny finds Browsen. Browsen finds Hawgood. Hawgood drifts in. Plays it off the boards. A spinning puck there, not going to quite get to the destination. All the way back to Denny. Through Denny's legs, as that one threatening there was Soilus. Now coming the other way with it, Hawgood. Hawgood passes out. On the other end of it's Quintos. Quintos with a little bit of space, passes back to Gullo. Swarmed there by the Battle Creek defense. Looking for an extension pass here. Instead, Quintos is going to fight and get this one back. It's turned right back over. Now coming the other way with it, number 61, Ryan Alvis. Maxime Noskovs throws this one behind. Alvis gets a big stick tie up there. That stick goes up into the face of Seth Ensor, who's back on the ice.
Doing a little check to make sure he's got all of his choppas.
Yeah, choppas and blood at that point. We actually saw a play on Ensor last weekend where it was called late because there was blood pretty apparent there on the side of the ice, and they went back and made the right call there. That one, not much in it. Sticks were tied up. Ryan Alvis, not the kind of guy to do that on purpose, that's for sure.
Yeah, it looked like he got the butt end of a stick in the face. That hurts, but did not draw blood. It's a tough kid, that Seth Ensor.
As Battle Creek able to get some offensive pressure here with 2:19 left to go in the game. A pretty quiet couple of minutes here.
I think both teams exhausted after all those shots on goal by Danville.
It's been a long night in a lot of different ways. Fred Hine with a nice stick to touch up there. Hine has 1 point on the night. You got to think he'll be looking for 2 here as we come down the stretch. This one played along the boards here. Going to come as far as Ben Bukal. Danville not quite back on side yet. Now they are. Oh, they were not. That was close. That was very close. We're going to look at the instant replay here, and we'll let you know. It was pretty tight. That was very, very close there on the right wing side. That was very tight, to say the least.
1:54 left to go.
Wish we could show you guys the instant replay. I do apologize that we can't.
It's actually a pretty cool deal.
Yeah, it is. I like the streaming service. Much better. Mitch Atkins coming down the right-hand side. He's got Fred Hine. Picks out Fred Hine. Hine looking to get this one back. It's going to be touched up by Nair, who throws it down the ice. Atkins fighting for this one along the boards. Hine back on it now. Hine, a nice pass out to the slot for Palmerville. Back to Atkins in front of net. Over to Hine. Hine holds. Oh, a nice save there by Babin. Stops another sure goal there, as he is putting on a clinic in not letting up rebounds this period.
Beautiful offense by the Danville Dashers. Good active passes all hit the tape. Then Fred Hine almost cashed it in there.
All it takes is to put together those passes consistently, and one time or another, you're going to end up scoring. And Danville, no shortage of goals tonight, but you'd like to see him capitalize on moments like that a little bit more if you're Ray Tremblay headed into the rest of the season. Armstrong out there. He passes it back to Hoggood. Hoggood to Denny. Denny with a shot from the point. Tesserero trying to jump over that one. Now trying to shove it home. Instead, it's going to be played out there to Bush Anderson. Bush Anderson lost it up to Turner. Turner across the point. Tesserero to Turner.
1 minute remaining.
Oh, that one looked like it was close. It came back off the boards with 1 minute left to go here. 5-2 Danville in the third. Battle Creek still threatening here. Soyless trying to do something with it. Jesse Gordichuk freezes it up. And man, that was quite the turn of events there. 5-2 with 50 seconds left to go here. This game was 1-1 at the end of the first period. This feels a little bit more like the pace we saw at the beginning of the game in that first period. A little bit slower now.
Battle Creek coming in with 10 new players since the last time we saw them and looking much improved. Fought to a draw in that first period, but Danville's overall strength up and down the roster took over in that second period.
Danville able to win this when it comes to Denny. Denny trying to find just about anybody, unable to. This one dumped back behind the goal of Gordichuk.
Might be tough to come up with 3 stars for the Danville Dashers tonight. There's a lot of opportunities for different players.
Yeah, it's going to be a fairly widespread point kind of deal. I think show a little hustle tonight, you might get rewarded for it. It'll be interesting to see here. As 10 seconds are about to tick off here in the third period, and both teams kind of look complacent to get out of this one. Well, one more shot here for Champlain. Instead turned over to the stick and forced up into the boards. Last touched by Nigel Slade as Danville comes away with this one with a 5-2 win here at the David S. Palmer Arena. The third period has come to an end as Danville takes the first game of the 2-game weekend homestand against Battle Creek. I don't think there's a whole lot of ill will between these two teams. I think that's safe to say.
It's a very hard-fought game, but a very well-played, clean game by both teams. Nobody taking any cheap shots, and good physical game, and I think both teams will be very pleased with the effort that they gave tonight. But again, the strength of that Danville Dashers roster taking over in the second period. Third period kind of played to a tie again. So it was that second period that did it for the Danville Dashers, and they'll send this very enthusiastic crowd home very happy tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. As we await the stars for the night, we are getting them updated here on the website. It's worth mentioning here, 58 shots on goal. That is an insane total, and only letting up 5 tonight, and a couple of them he had no shots on was bad, and he had no clue on a couple of them, but a nice night from him. Gordichuk doing just what you'd expect Gordichuk to do. Did let in 2 goals, didn't quite have a look at one of them on 22 shots here tonight. You have a feeling you're not going to see him on the star sheet. Don't think you're going to probably see Babbitt on the star sheet either. Not often you let in 5 goals and get a star, but a good performance nonetheless.
Such a camaraderie among goaltenders. Right after they saluted the crowd, you saw Jesse Gordichuk skate all the way down the ice to congratulate the goaltender for Battle Creek on surviving that onslaught of shots tonight. So great to see the sportsmanship out here at the David S. Palmer Arena.
Heck of a night. Jesse Nayer getting the 3rd star here, as he had 2 assists and 2 points. The 2nd star is going to be AJ Tesserero. 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points, obviously. Interesting to try and differentiate between him and our 1st star for the night, Justin Browsen, who had 1 goal and 1 assist for 2 points as well. A good night, I would say, all around for the team. These stars may be coming as just being a little bit hard to pick, as it was kind of a good all-around team performance that saw this one. Some right place, right time moments, end up in a 5-2 victory for Danville over the Battle Creek Rumblebees.
I think when you wear the captaincy on your jersey, you get the tiebreaker when it comes to the Stars.
Yeah, I think that's definitely true. Had some good hustle plays on the night as well. Probably just a lot of solid offensive chances created.
Probably the prettiest goal of the night, too, when he had that one-timer from the point.
Yeah.
Found that upper corner of the net. Just no chance for Battle Creek to stop that one, and maybe that's what earned him that top start tonight.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't fight you on that one. It was the prettiest goal of the night. A 5-2 win nonetheless here. Danville over Battle Creek in night 1 of the weekend homestand. We'll be back tomorrow night here at the David S. Palmer Arena for Ladies Night. It's going to be a big crowd tomorrow night. A lot going on, including poster night. First 1,000 fans get a Dashers poster. That's sponsored by ServPro. It's Diane's birthday. We're going to celebrate it 80s style. I obviously did not live through the 80s, so I have no idea what I'm going to be doing for that, but I'm sure we'll find something to do. Also, coming up later on the week, the Dashers meet and greet at Meyer. A lot of stuff coming up, a lot of good games coming up as well. It's going to be a lot of fun around here in the next couple of weeks as we go down the main stretch, I would argue, of the season, heading towards the last part. Now, looking into tomorrow night, it was clear by the end of this game you had some tired legs. Do you think we'll see a deeper rotation tomorrow night from both teams?
Yeah, I think they're going to have to. Wouldn't be surprised to see 1 or 2 of the healthy scratches from tonight end up playing in the game, kind of save some of these legs, but wouldn't also be surprised to see Harley White get a chance in goal tomorrow night for the Danville Dashers. Keep Gordichuk fresh as well.
Yeah, I think you definitely will. I think Patrick Zalak will be back, I would assume, tomorrow night to play, and they missed him in the face-off circle just a little bit tonight, but worth it to get his legs some fresh rest, and you come away with the win no matter who you scratch. That's always a good look.
Yeah, it's a nice situation to have, a nice opportunity for Coach Ray Tremblay to actually have enough healthy bodies that he has to make some decisions when it comes to coaching. His other decision was, how many seats do I need up in the press box for all my injured players?
Yeah.
We're up to 6 guys up in the press box up at one point here just a couple of weeks ago. So great to have all the bodies back. When I talked to Coach Ray, and asked him about the injury situation. He says, for once, I don't have anything to report.
Yeah, and that's always a good look. That's a good look as a squad when you're getting healthy at the right time. Justin Browsen coming back, maybe even having that Drew Brees kind of effect where we saw this season Drew Brees was out for a little while, came back with a stronger arm. Justin Browsen coming back a little bit stronger of a body, coming back fully healthy. You took that extra time, stayed in a very good spot in all honesty. And another thing that you noticed this year, you haven't had all the call-ups and you haven't had that changing team chemistry. Last year, there were times we were playing with 2 extra men from a whole shift. It was rough in terms of players, and you're not having that this year. And I mean, it's not due to a lack of performance that you're seeing a lack of call-ups. We've seen quite a few, but guys legitimately want to stay with this team, I think it's fair to say.
And a lot of times it's the injury situation at the next level that causes those call-ups. And I know Evansville's been staying pretty healthy. They only had one time where they had to borrow Fred Hine. But otherwise, it's good to see the continuity here in the Danville Dashers lineup. A little sluggish to start that first period, but they really kicked it in the second period and then just kind of coasted to a nice, comfortable 3-goal lead here in the third.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we're going to take a break here and come back tomorrow night for night 2, a big night planned. We will see you all tomorrow. Thanks for joining in here on the Danville Dashers Broadcast Network. As always, Nate Williamson, Dennis Michelson, and everybody here at the Danville Dashers. Have a safe night and stay dry, especially if you're here in town. Thunderstorms coming in a not too far future. Well, have a good night, everybody. We will see you again tomorrow for some Saturday night hockey.